I'm just doing a brief video here on some controller drift in a Nintendo Switch. Just on the calibration here, you can see getting into it, there's no right, there's no left, there is an up and down though. So I have already sprayed it with some contact cleaner and it hasn't gone any further than that. So I'm going to open it up and then have a look at the actual analog stick on the inside and give that a proper clean out where I can get the spray in a bit closer as well. So I'll just get on with that, sit that up there. These two sticks were also getting stuck a bit in the calibration. They weren't, this blue one wasn't going left and right either, so just a quick bit of spray into that as well, wiggled it around, and that was working perfectly fine afterwards too. So I'll just get into this controller. I've already taken out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 8 screws, and I've just used my little separation device here to pull it apart and get into the sides. So taking it off. It's reasonably clean in there, nothing too dirty. They aren't an old system, so now I will just carefully take it apart because I need to get to behind this board to get to the stick over on the back left hand side here. So just carefully make my way in. I could turn it off, but it should be alright. Just slowly make my way in, getting my hands in the way of the camera. Just having a look to see where it's attached and how. I haven't been into one of these sort of controllers yet, so it's always a first. One. Two. 3 screws. I hate it when all the buttons pop out of this sort of stuff, so I'll just carefully lift that out like so. Gently move that over to there. It looks like I didn't need those 2 screws out either, so I'm just going to put those back in case something wants to slip out of place. There we go. So the problem stick was this right hand side one here. And start off by taking that off and having a look at what's happening down here. I'll shift the 2 halves of the controller so I can bring my tester back down the calibration screen, so we can see what's going on. Okay. So as we saw before, we've got up and down, but no left and right really. have a closer look. Just to check the sliders and everything. So up and down is on this side here, and then our left and right is this contact over here. And so I'll add a bit of contact spray directly down in there and on the side there too. It's just some standard isopropyl contact spray. Go straight down and on the side, and we'll see if that straight away changes anything there. So there's our up and down, and we're starting to get a bit of left and right there. So keep fiddling with it a bit, and we'll see what happens. Right. So we are getting a little bit of right there, not too much left. So this could be a case of the actual potentiometer on the side there not wanting to register as it's been too dirty. We're nearly getting a full right there. It's getting closer and closer. What I'll also try to do is get a calibration. So I'll go to calibrate. Okay, it doesn't work for these type of controllers, unfortunately. All right, we'll get back into that. So we're getting a full right, or partial right, up and down, no left. See if I can look closer, get my little cotton swabs. I'll just see what comes out of the actual contacts too. For me to get into it, I'd have to desolder it, and the owner of this, I hadn't discussed anything like that, and I would also have to order parts in, which would take too long. They're not going to be around for the time that it'll take me to get back those parts. I will, however, check what the contacts look like on the back here, and there doesn't seem to be any corrosion. There may be a little bit of corrosion over here, so I'll give that a little bit of IPA. Wipe some of that corrosion off, but I highly doubt that is any of our issues that are being caused. So this is a case of a dirty potentiometer, which is this little guy in here. Just too much dirt getting into it. We're still getting the right there, but as for getting the left, not a terrible amount. There's nothing at all with going left. So that could be a complete replacement that's getting needed. We can see that's going to the full right hand side there, whereas it wasn't before. Well, there might be a bit of slack in the actual joystick too by the looks of it, so this could need a full replacement of the analog stick, unfortunately, because you can see there I can press right all the way and it's only getting about halfway. But if I use my screwdriver here, you can see I'm actually able to turn that to get the full extent that we need. Let's see if I can get anything from the opposite direction, but I doubt that it will happen. Yeah, there's nothing at all. What I'll give it one more spray. We're getting a slight amount of left there, but not much, no. So, unfortunately, not a great deal I can do with this one. They would either have to replace the entire controller or get someone else to repair that for them on their travels. Unless they want me to post it up to them after a full repair. So I'll let them know about that and see how it goes, and I'll just reassemble it and return it back to them, see how it goes. The other thing I may be able to do is give it a blowout with some air. So I'll quickly go and do that and see if that rectifies any of the problem. I'll go to the compressor outside and see how we go. I'll be back. Okay, so gave that a blowout with the compressor. Let's see if that's made any difference at all. Nothing at all, unfortunately. Just before I do end this, I'll see if there is a way to recalibrate that stick with the other method rather than using the switch itself. And I also did notice there was a fair bit of food under on this side, so I'll just quickly clean that off. So after a while I found out that it was a little bit difficult to find these, but I have found this this controller joystick replacement on AliExpress. So I've ordered a couple of them in. If these guys want to, they're more than welcome to send it back out, or I can hold it and replace it and send it back out to them when they are at a location. They can receive some mail. So for now, yeah, it's just waiting for that part to come in. It's good to have those parts come in anyway. They'll probably be useful for me for future repairs. So all I'm going to do now is put this back together. Unfortunately, I'm unable to finish it off completely, but I've done what I can do. I had a quick look at it. I fixed the two smaller Switch joysticks. They were completely fine and just needed the contact spray. And I'll be able to pass that information on to them as well. So they'll be able to fix it up whenever that happens to them too. So they're back on. Still have the drift, unfortunately. I will quickly test the other stick, and that is working fine. Okay, so move this out the way, and I'll just get back to reassembling it all. So I definitely wasn't able to fix up that one, but the other side has been fixed up. I'll also test out the buttons just to make sure they are working, and all of that is as well, yes. So unfortunately can't be fixed right now. I've got it on order, and I'll just quickly show what that part looks like too. So that's all finished. These two Joy-Cons fixed up. This one not functioning properly, but got a part on the way, and we'll just see what happens with that. Alright, cheers, and hope you learned something from the clean of the video. See ya, bye.